It might take a while.
No, can someone explain this to me, because I haven't really used Steam very much.
Well, I can't remember when it was, but it was close to, it might have been a year ago now, that they started adding trading cards and things like that. And basically, whenever you complete a set of trading cards, you get EXP. So each game has maybe between, say, 5 and 12 trading cards. And for playing the game for several hours, you unlock, say, 6 of those trading cards. So you can't complete the whole set yourself. So you need to trade with other people, or you can just sell them to the store, to the marketplace. And then you get EXP, you level up, you can unlock extra kind of profile sort of things, so like showcases for achievements or for badges or nonsense like that. Yeah. But some people are actually using the money from these trading cards to buy more games on Steam.
That's what I did. I was able to sell, I got a bunch of cards and I sold them for about 10p each and got 80p, which paid for 6 games in the Steam sale. No, it paid for quite a big chunk of one, I think. So.
Well, the thing was, some of the games in the Steam sale in the summer one, they cost less than the prices of their cards combined. Like if you were to sell them, so you were making money by buying the game, which is frankly ridiculous. Then they have foil cards as well. So if you're some kind of idiot collector like me, you'll buy all these fake digital cards that cost like £1 each, just to complete some kind of stupid set.
So are you actually collecting them?
Generally for the games that I like. So like Deadly Premonition is one of my favourite games, so I spent more than I should have trying to complete the card set for that, like the foil cards.
What do you consider to be more than you should have? Because I think 10p is probably more than you should have.
Yeah, more than that.
Can you buy like sets of them, like, you know, when you're like primary school and you buy like a pack of...
Well, you do get these booster packs, but the drops for them are a bit weird. It's like, I think you need to have collected all of the cards from that set, and then maybe once a month you've got a chance of getting a booster pack, and then you can either open that and then sell off the cards or trade them away or whatever you like. There's also, whenever you level up as well, you can get like profile backgrounds and emoticons and things like that, and some of the emoticons are pretty cool, so like you can have a little portal cube or something like that.
Did you ever have one of those like Panini sticker albums as a kid?
Not really.
I suppose they were mostly like football players. Simon probably knows those.
Yeah, I'm really at home on that subject. Pokemon, it's like Pokemon. That's something I know nothing about and you know a lot about. It's just like Pokemon, but they're like trading cards. It's exactly the same. But the genius thing about it is that it doesn't cost Steam that much, I'd imagine, to do this. Obviously it's development time, and they have to support this feature. But they take a cut of every single sale on the market.
And some of the developers do as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So they've just created this value. It's very smart.
So do the developers get any cut of you selling their cards?
Yeah,
they do.
So like the minimum you can sell a card for is like 3 pence, I think, like, and that's including like, I guess the developer gets 1p and Steam gets 1p and you get 1p.
Are there any like super valuable cards that go for more than a couple of quid?
Yeah, I guess for some of the more expensive games that never really go down on the sale.
I think I'd imagine like obscure games as well. If there's less people playing them, there's going to be less supply. So. Yeah. But
then, whenever any of those games hit, like they go on a humble indie bundle or something like that, then the price starts going down. So.
But are the obscure ones in any kind of sets? I mean, does anybody want to get those if they're like some little herd of games?
The sets, I mean, the sets are just linked to the game, so. You can level up. I think you can level up 5 times with each set. So you can complete the same set for each game 5 times, and you get a different badge each time you complete a set.
Is that what the badges are about?
That's what the badges are about. But you can also get badges from participating in special events, like during Steam sales or things like that. Okay. Or the number of like the main one is the number of years you've been on Steam. So I think you can have been on Steam now for 10 years.
So did you get like super special cards for participating in Summer Adventure?
No, well you get ones that are linked to the Summer Adventure, and like for the Winter Sale you get special cards as well. And you can only use those cards and like to level up and things like that during that time. So in the last kind of hour, I was rushing like mad to try and complete a foil set, and I didn't. So.
Does it make you feel dead and stuff?
Yeah, because now my profile's not complete.
But not as dead inside as it would have if you'd have actually done it.
for completists, like the way Steam's doing things now, it's an actual nightmare because it just makes you want to buy a load of virtual rubbish. Which is what I do.
I've always laughed at people buying virtual rubbish. The avatar hats and things on the 360.
Yeah.
I used to just call people chumps. Every time I saw someone to buy one, I send them a message, chump, with like 100 U's. It's one of my hobbies.
Who's the real chump?
Well, them, because I was calling them a chump. So.
Yeah, I used to browse the Avatar accessory store all the time. I go on, there's some new stuff, and there'd be like cool toys for the Avatar to play around with, and because my Avatar would be playing with them in the preview that would play, but I never bought him anything.
So you're like a parent that takes a kid around the toy shop and then goes, no,
Yeah.
can't have it.
I think I got like a free doll with the Perfect Dark Xbox Live Arcade game.
Yeah, they had
so he was just carrying that around miserably for 4 years.
Yeah, I did that. I got a chocobo somehow. Like, it must be something fun.
Some of the games you could download, like with Portal.
Yeah, but this was like for pre-ordering something.
Final Fantasy 13 probably.
I don't know.
Well, no, I wasn't going to say you got a chocolate for playing Portal.
Bit of cross promotion.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure I buy the whole. Thankfully I haven't bought into it. I used to have like a completionist attitude to achievements on 360, but I had to just stop. And I started doing it, I was mentioning to you earlier, Danny, I was playing Metal Gear Solid 2 on the Vita, and I've spent 50, 60 hours trying to get all the trophies through it.
But like even before achievements and trophies were a thing, when MGS2 came out, there were like rankings or something that you could get. So it was possible to unlock all the different.
Yeah, you got.
Or medals, like there was the dog tags. You could collect dog tags from individual guards, like on every single difficulty. So you'd have to go around and try and choke out everyone in the game.
Yeah, I've actually been through and done that in the last couple of months.
Christ.
So much for
played through the
curing your
game
completion,
5 times. Yeah, well that's done it now. That has cured it because I just one lonely Sunday night I just looked up from the Vita, a single tear rolled down my cheek, and I went off and watched Catchphrase or something on Challenge TV and felt a lot better about everything. But yeah, it's a trap you sort of fall into, I think. But then it's quite rewarding when you're in that trap. So what can you do?
So they was usually like chilling out with like a big bear trap stuck in. So
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
There's just something there, something to think about, focus on.
I can finally feel something.
So you're still, have you even got a Steam account, Tony?
I've got a Steam account, yeah. I've got Portal on it because I've got a Mac, and I downloaded when Steam came out on the Mac. You got Portal for free.
Oh yeah.
So I got Portal, and that's what I've got. Just like I played it on my MacBook years ago with the trackpad and the arrow keys. It actually worked quite well. It's good fun. But I'd already played it.
With the trackpad?
Yeah, it actually worked surprisingly well.
You have to do some pretty quick movements, flying through portals and everything.
No, it must just be brilliant.
No. I know you're not. Just interested in how that works. Can you guys answer a question for me? Do you remember a while back, PlayStation and Steam announced some sort of partnership?
They
you could
did,
get
didn't they?
Steam on your PlayStation 3, and nobody at the time explained it to me. None of the reports explained what that meant.
It was with Portal 2, wasn't it?
It was only for Portal 2 as far as I'm aware. And even now, like if you're logging in on Steam on PC, it's like, oh, do you want to connect your PS3 account?
Yeah, 'cause you could play Portal 2, I think, against PC players or with PC players in the co-op mode.
And this all came after was it a Sony executive or something was saying, or was it someone at Valve complaining about what a rubbish job like the Orange Box had been on PS3.
Oh right. No, it was famously bad, wasn't it? Actually.
Yeah.
Quite bad.
But I can't remember which side of it he was complaining.
But yeah, I remember that. I remember thinking, oh great, Steam on the PS3. Sort of naively thought, oh great, I'll have the whole Steam library on my PS3.
Yeah, we may have misread that.
But yeah, that was disappointing. So I'm still waiting for that. Is that Steam code? Is that anything else? Well, there was a Steam sale, wasn't there? So
Yes.
Tony, you didn't buy anything on that. You just booted up Portal.
Still got Portal.
Wanted to feel part of it.
I have to reinstall Steam actually, so I can play Portal again. Just got like my really high-end iMac upstairs. I just play Portal in like really high settings or whatever. That's all I can do.
This was my first Steam sale, actually.
Okay.
Because I only recently got like a super shiny PC. But me and my boyfriend are sharing a Steam account because we've got pooled all our resources because previously we've just been buying stuff on like Humble Bundle. So we put it all together and then sort of booted up and I was like, oh, we'll fuss about Steam. And then suddenly understood why everyone was just like, whatever it could, because it dropped sort of like maybe a good week and a half before payday, and it was gonna like end sort of like the day before I got paid. And it kind of really became like, ooh, my wallet, game, ooh.
The thing
I
is
have to stop now.
that they set it up so that every 8 hours you're checking to see what the new Flash and community
I started
choices
doing
are.
that. Like,
So your sleep
Yeah.
pattern starts being based around Steam.
Hey,
So you can catch.
I've got 2 comments about that. The first one was, is this the new kind of big relationship thing when you move your Steam libraries together? Is that like putting your CDs on the same shelf? Is that the new thing?
No, it was just literally because neither of us had ever really been on Steam before, and he happened to get it first.
Sounds like a
He bought,
commitment.
like,
There.
It kind of is a commitment, and I kind of can't really have any friends because he's got like the Paul's username, which is just so embarrassing. I don't really want to share it with like anyone, so now I have no friends on Steam.
And the other thing I was going to say is, if you were like that worried about your pay, should you be buying Steam games?
Well,
No,
at sale prices, I mean, it's
They
ridiculous.
were really
It literally,
stupid sale prices.
for a perfect person who's not drunk, not under the influence of drugs, perfectly logical person, someone I know, not me, can look at a Steam sale and say, it will cost me money to not buy all of these games right now. Because it's sort of 60, 70%, 80%, something like 90% off.
Yeah, but it's 100% off if you don't buy it.
Yeah, but then you don't get
Then
it.
you don't have it.
Yeah, but then you never play it. That's what that's the thing I hear about people on the Steam sale. Just
Yeah,
get mad
I
about
do.
it and then they never play it.
I have a lot of games that I just don't play. That's
I'm bad enough with PS Plus, you know, a couple of games a month, and some of them I've never played.
You can't complain if you're on PS Plus. You can't complain about Steam because when I buy something on Steam, that's it. I've got it. Whereas if you decide to stop your subscription, you can't
PS
access
Plus
anything.
now with the PS4, you have to have that to play online anyway, like on the Xbox.
Oh really?
Yeah. So if you don't have it, you can't play online. So I have to have it now. So the free games are just a bonus as far as I'm concerned. But before, I play a lot of them, but not all of them. And even those, I felt like it was a waste I hadn't played them because effectively you're paying for them. But with Steam, you know, I don't just buying a game that you may not ever even play. That just seems.
It's a sort of collection thing as well. You click on your library and you can see all your games listed, and it's sort of you're collecting games almost. But
I haven't quite got to that point where I'm buying stuff that I regret buying or buying it just because.
Well,
It's all
give it
like
time,
stuff
give it time.
yeah, give it time.
You do eventually, like there's a lot of people who just buy kind of every humble indie bundle sort of sale going, and like there's kind of one of the alternate ones there's loads of different sites that do bundles now. And
But the
just
bundles for
throw-
charity, the humble bundles.
Not all of them these days.
Oh, right, because I thought that.
The humble bundles are, but there's
Okay, yeah.
like
so I can understand it in that case, buying something that you may never play. If
yeah,
it's
and
for
you can
charity,
choose
yeah,
whether
so-
you donate it all to charity or to the developer or to the people who organise the humble bundle. But there's a lot of other kind of unofficial spin-offs of different bundles that you can get, but most of the games in them are pretty crap. So you end up adding all these rather naff games to your list.
I was quite proud of what I got in the Steam sale.
No, yeah.
No, I don't mean just
Oh,
generally.
did you get
just
Goat
generally
Simulator as
Steam.
well, did you?
No, I didn't get Goat
No,
Simulator.
it's interesting
I
you
drew
say
the
that.
line. I drew the line at Goat Simulator. But I did get
Yes,
this game called Long Live the Queen. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
Have you played it?
I haven't played it. It's like Princess Maker, isn't it?
Basically.
You know that game that everyone knows about, Princess Maker? Yeah, that one.
In Long Live the Queen, you're like you kind of control this 14-year-old, but it's not really so much a game as just kind of like clicking on loads of stats, really.
Like Football Manager.
which I bought in the Steam sale.
So you're a 14-year-old girl, and you've got like 40 days to your coronation, and you kind of need to make it to your coronation in order to win the game, as it were. But by the way, your mother died a horrible death who was queen before you, so you've got like all odds are kind of stacked against you. And at the beginning of each day, you kind of decide what classes you're going to do in the morning. At the beginning of each week, sorry. So like what classes she's going to do like in the morning, and what classes she's going to do like in the evening, and what mood she's in kind of boosts the stat gains you can get from doing various classes. So like if she's depressed, she's really good at like art and like making music and stuff. But she's not like very good at like fighting and combat and things like that. And if she's feeling willful, she might be really good at like bashing things with knives and stuff, but she's not really that good at like tactics, military tactics. She can't focus and stuff. And then you have like other bits that pop up and things happen, and then they're essentially like stat checks. So like a situation will pop up and it'll be like her friend's like being bitten by a grass snake, for example. If you've built up enough medical knowledge, then you can like save the friend, but if you haven't, then like the friend dies or something. So it's like the various choices you make. So it's kind of unfair though, because there's like some bits where you just where you will die. You will die many deaths. Like there's one point I was like, oh okay, I've sort of like built up her like networking skills essentially, sort of like her like talking to all these royal people. She's social and all this stuff. And I thought I'd make the choice to send her to like another kingdom, to like a party of some kind, but she got killed on the way by bandits or like assassins or something. She got an arrow like stuck in her side, and she didn't have like field medic knowledge, so she just basically died.
Do you know what, I'm not sure what I like best about this. Either your description of this mental game or Simon's face.
Sounds like
tries to comprehend it.
It sounds like Game of Thrones. So I'm on board.
Yeah, it's kind of like, there is this one bit where she's at this party, and you make this choice about who to dance with, and so you're like, do you dance with like the young guy, do you dance with the old guy, or whatever? And you dance with. Yeah, so you dance with I chose to dance with the young guy because I was like, like he's like this tall. And it's fine because he's like a kid. No one's going to think anything weird's going on. Actually, I just realised how that sounds. So she does with this kid, and then she gets like proper judged for it or something. Like everyone just kind of just like, oh, now you're going to marry this kid or something like that. And then some other guy comes up and makes this toast, and you have this choice about how to respond to this toast. And if you pick the wrong thing, he's like, oh, you do realise you just admitted to us having an affair. And I'm like, well, no, he didn't. It's like
this
really
guy sounds like a bit of a cad.
But then to kind of like add this other sort of weird level to it, you can sort of go down this path that's to do with like magic. So she ends up becoming like an anime magical girl.
This game sounds insane. How much was this game?
I think I got over like £3, which by Steam sale standards probably is pretty expensive. But like got a good couple.
Sounds like hours of fun.
But it's one of those things where like you die and you're like, oh, I'll just try again, but this time I'll level her up in this, and then that kind of fucks you over.
Have you got any kind of happy endings yet, or?
I made it to coronation, but only sort of by going down the magical girl route. Some guy tried to assassinate her and she kind of burnt him to a crisp, which is pretty cool.
Of course. Sounds more like Game of Thrones. That reminds me, when you talk about like insta-fail, insta-death, so it reminds me of FTL. If you guys have ever played that, you're piloting you're captaining a spaceship and you're flying through the galaxy, and sometimes you'll come to your light jump into a system, and just a text box will pop up and say, oh, you found life signs on the planet. Do you press 1 to investigate? Press 2 to just carry on. And then when you press 1, it does like a roll, basically it rolls on stats, basically, yeah. And it will come back and just say, oh, 2 of your crew were eaten by giant alien space spiders. And you just have to carry on. It's like, there's nothing you can do.
And that's it, just like a text box.
Yeah, there is an actual game to it as well, where you do space battles and things, but you do have all these sort of text choices. Because FTL, you can be going for a couple of hours and something like that can happen, and you have to go back to the start. In Long Live the Queen, does it reset is it an entire run, like an hour, or is it less than that, or?
Well, it depends on how long you last, really. But I think I finally managed to complete the game, and probably from start to finish, it probably only took like 40 minutes.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Yeah,
that's if you're a fast reader as well, because like, they have like people popping up and saying stuff. Oh, I can't play FTL.
Why not?
The pressure. I can't handle.
Do you know what?
I can't handle the pressure.
I got back to Steam sale a year or two ago, probably a year ago, and I thought I was playing it well, but it was just really hard. And then I watched Let's Play online on YouTube, and you can press space to pause, I think,
Really?
and then order your guys about and open the doors and stuff. Whereas I was trying to do everything in real time.
I thought that was the whole point of FTL.
It's in real time, but it's not turn-based, but you can pause at any time and issue orders, and then when you unpause, the guys will go off and do the orders, and it gets so fiddly sometimes, so you absolutely have to do that, and I didn't know that. So even I'm fallible, you know.